Does this mean I have to return my Trump watch?
No, keep it. And those high-top Trump sneakers you probably are wearing right now, made in China.
Any sneakers.
You know, in fairness to you, by the way, when Comer was making those allegations about Biden, you said, "Show me the proof." And when Comer didn't come forward with the proof, you called it bilge. Good for you. Now, when you look at the silence and that nobody's asking the same kinds of questions about Trump, how is it to be understood except as a loyalty play?
Depends what kind of country you want. So the MAGA Trump people feel that what the president is fighting against is infinitely worse than what he's doing in his financial portfolio. It's as simple as that. They see him as the bulwark against these socialists, communists, whatever you want to call them. And yeah, I think everybody would agree that this situation shouldn't exist. The only one who can change it, the only body, is Congress. Why haven't they passed a law that constrains federal elected officials from amassing money like Nancy Pelosi? And I'm not a bad behavior pointing to other bad behavior guy, okay? That's not what I do. But certainly the Speaker of the House amassed unbelievable amounts of money, and so did Biden. They didn't come up with anything indictable, but he did. And the laptop shows you the roadmap to that. But why hasn't Congress said, you know, we don't want to be Warren Harding. We're going to toughen it up and have very strict procedures about presidents and congresspeople and senators and how they invest their money while they're in office. Why? I don't know why they haven't done that.
Because they're pigs. And that's why you see such an anti-incumbent wave go. Pigs, P-I-G-S, miale in Italian. They're pigs. All of them. And here's why. Because when you're sitting in office, look, we both know there are a lot of good men and women who are in there. But we've reached a point where the body is broken, okay? And that's why you saw Democrats taking out Democrats in New York City. They're throwing incumbents out. And I got to say, Bill, I'm kind of here for it. It really seems like the body needs to be flushed and, you know, to come in with all new people who at least come in with the understanding that you're coming in there to be different than who you replaced.
Well, the Tea Party tried that with a little bit of success, but not much. You've got to have a body that is committed to justice. And economic justice is part of the equation. So, and you also have to be fair. You left out a whole bunch of stuff that I think is interesting. So we didn't see his tax return. All we saw were the financial disclosures that he has to make by law. But we didn't see the losses. I understand they're having a hard time in Albania, of all places. The Trump people wanted to take it over, and the Albanians don't want them to, or the Albanians are shaking them down, or whatever. They're not doing well. So, I mean, it's not all okay. The $2.2 billion sounds like a lot, but there are reversals. The worst is the Middle East. I mean, the Gulf states. They're throwing money at everybody, not just President Trump, to get what they want economically. Everybody knows it. Anybody who deals with them knows that
we've just never seen it like this, Bill. We've never seen where the main negotiators, their family or they themselves directly, are getting paid by Arabs. And they're literally, when they're not working for the government, they're going around looking for investment money. We've never seen anything like this, and they're not hiding it.
Well, are you talking
I'll
about?
Give them this much.
Are you talking about
Kushner and Witkoff's son?
Are you talking about the Trump kids? So
I'm talking about Trump's kids. They got set up with it. You got to keep it straight. They got set up with the crypto company from the Chinese felon who their father pardoned. That's what they did, and now they're investing in companies that have government contracts in industries they know nothing about. But Jared Kushner is going around the Arab countries trying to raise investment capital. I wonder why they're giving it to him. He's the guy who's trying to buy the island in Albania. I wonder why they're giving him preferential treatment. I mean, we've never seen anything like this, Bill. It is disgusting.
we've seen it before. I can cite U.S. Grant and his brother in the India affairs. It's happened before,
Ulysses
but it's not
Grant?
a hard fix. And
I know,
his
but
brother
look,
was,
it's not just about the fix.
Real criminal.
It's not just about the fix.
Yes, it is. It's all about the fix.
But it's about what you decide to be about also. You chase after Biden. I was here for it. I was here with Rudy saying, show me the laptop. I reported on all of it. And I think it's disgusting. I just said it again, and I said it 100 times. But I'll do that to both sides. They won't. And that's the problem. And that has to be fixed.
I don't know about that. I think critical mass has been reached. Although, again, I go back to my central point. The Trump supporters feel that what the president is fighting against is worth the other stuff, the enrichment, the self-enrichment. That's the mentality. Okay, we don't like it, but he closed the border. Okay, we don't like it, but he's going to defeat Iran, hopefully. Okay, we don't like it. He's cleaning up a lot of things that we want cleaned up. So it's a balance. What kind of a country do you want? But my amazement comes when you have a Congress that could write a law. Who's going to oppose the law? Who? Al Capone? Is he still around?
I agree. I agree. But obviously they do. They won't even vote on the law that keeps them from not trading stocks while they're in office. They won't even vote on it. Mike Johnson said, crazy. That's not fair. They don't make enough money. You got to let them trade. I mean,
well,
I think they should all get voted out.
But
I think they've disqualified themselves.
It has to be a blind trust. You don't have to gut
I know,
them.
but then you start looking at these blind trusts, and all of a sudden they're making super savvy investment decisions for their investment advisors. Like, I wonder why. Anyway, I just wanted to tee it up to talk about it because I think it's going to be absolutely on the ballot in the midterms. I think people have had it. I've never seen more people in more different ways this disgusted. Because remember, it all relates back. Not only are these guys pigs, but they're starving. They're suffering with underemployment. Their businesses are underwater.
Pigs.
Hungry pigs.
Pigs that need breakfast.
I appreciate, and I wish you a happy birthday as an American citizen. The big 250 is this weekend. I'll be seeing you.
All right. One more point. Just keep in mind that Central America, not the region, but the central part of our country, and the red states fear communism and radical progressivism more than this. Keep it in mind.
I understand that, and we will see. I know those are completely hollow words, but they're always right. And we'll see what it's about in the midterms, because I believe change is coming, and we'll live it together. Bill O'Reilly, take care of yourself. I'll talk to you again soon. Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.